When did your passion for the music start?
It started when I was 10 years old. My father used to play guitar and we had an old organ at home, and I wanted to play, but I was limited, so I asked my parents if they can put me in some lessons, and so they did. And then my father checked and he told me, you know, a real piano will be better than organ because then you can develop. And then I said, yeah, I want a real piano. But it was hard for them financially, so I think they worked hard, and at one point, one day, they saw I was motivated and they bought me a piano and they put it in my room. And so it was so strong for me to have a piano and not in the living room, you know, in my room, that starting from this day it was like the beginning of the love relation with the piano.
You are born in Paris, but you have Israeli origin. You have also lived a period of your life in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Different places and different experiences. Could you tell us a little bit about your story?
I was born in Paris, as you said, and when I was 4 years old, my parents went to live in Israel with me, and so I did my whole childhood and school in Israel until I was 21, and then I didn't really think to leave so quickly, but I went to Paris to sing. I was invited to sing, and there were producers there, and I played them my songs, and they decided to help me to make my first album. So I stayed, and in the beginning I thought it would be temporary, but I was lucky and I started working in music and meeting people, and at one point I decided to stay. But then the story was a little bit, the road was longer than I thought, because when I was young I was really pretentious and I said, oh, I will be lucky and I will be a megastar really fast. And then I was really, I met the reality. The reality is that it's hard to find yourself musically, and I felt the world of music business was completely superficial and I didn't like it. So I left at one point my record company, and I had a boyfriend at the time in Israel, and he left me, and so after 4 years in Paris I found myself alone with no work, no love, and nothing, starting from zero, and seeing that things are not so easy and so perfect as I thought. And this is, I think it was the best thing that happened to me, because then, I don't know, I think I started to be maybe a more nice person and just wanting to do music and share music, and it was then that I met David Onassia, and from this point things started to change.
Is it true that you have realized and recorded a whole album never leaving your flat in Paris?
Yes. So when I met David, he saw me and he listened to all my songs, and I was in a sad period, so I wrote sad ballads in Hebrew, and he just told me, keep recording, because I had my computer and I used to record myself, but demos, you know, quick demos. And he told me, you are lazy, you don't finish the work, just sit and finish the work and stop looking for producers, managers, record company, I don't know why, just finish the music. And so he pushed me like this, and really quickly we started to enjoy doing things together. Like I used to record the song, and then used to tell, okay, let's try to add this and try to sing more like this, and record again the guitar, the sound is not good enough, or just sharing the ideas of the arrangement. And so really quickly we decided to produce together. And so David brought to my apartment his drums and percussions, and I bought an old bass, starting buying some flutes and some more instruments, and one thing led to the other, and we just recorded like this.
Your last album is named She Was a Boy. Could you please explain the meaning of this title?
She Was a Boy is the title of one of the songs that speaks about a woman that is different, and she's not like a classical cliche of how the woman should be, or sometimes in each society there is some expectation of what is normal and what is not normal. So she's not the classical normal thing. It can be because of a lot of reasons. For me, She Was a Boy is more a symbol of the contradictions that we can have inside of us. And so she's been completely rejected, and only a child start to have a relation with her and accept her the way she is without judging her. And so I decided to have this as the title, because when we finished the album, David and me, and I looked at all the songs and all the lyrics, it was like all the songs were speaking about this process of getting to know yourself and seeing that we are all made from light and darkness. I think the yin and the yang theory is clear about this, but even before knowing about this, it's so many contradictions and like light sides and dark sides inside, and about this process, how to get to know yourself, accept it, and then maybe want to change it, but first have to accept it to see who you are. And then maybe if you accept yourself, you are more tolerant about the difference of the other people, and you stop judging everything. So that's why.
The last question. You sing in English, French and Israeli. In which language do you prefer express yourself?
Each language is different. Hebrew for me is a very emotional place, where usually when a song comes out in Hebrew, it's very simple songs with very simple harmonies, no musical pretensions. So it's like a fragile emotional place. Then the English for me, I always listen to music in English since my childhood, like Nina Simone or the Beatles or Billie Holiday or Nick Drake or Johnny Mitchell, whatever, it was in English. So for me, music was English, and it's very easy to mix between the emotion and the musicality with this language. So for me, this language is kind of a freedom. And French, I love French, but I still don't have songs in French in the album, only a few words. And I would love to write more in French, but it's coming to maturity now, so it's like a new language for me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.